are back, episode 151 of Journey to a Million here on this Wednesday evening. Got Zack Rausch, Jared Valleskey, myself, Drew Skyberg here, and Zach's got some Culvers. He's got the good stuff.
Apparently.
Concrete mixer?
No, it's a shake.
What kind of shake?
Oreo hot fudge.
Oh.
It's a fantastic combo.
Wow.
Just a tiny bit of
Burger?
hot fudge though, so it's not
Tax season getting to you or what? You gotta treat yourself a little bit.
I mean, yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
More hours you work, the more you can treat yourself.
Is that right?
Is it
Yeah.
a double butter burger?
Biologic works.
Yeah.
I didn't get a burger, just some cheese curds and onion rings.
Oh,
Like
That's
two
fair,
sides
though.
kind of day.
that's fair. I like getting cheese
Yeah.
curds and pretzel bites. That's what I get when I go there most of the time.
What about cheese
They're
curds from
pretzel
Quick
bites,
Trip? Sorry.
Oh, I want to hear about these pretzel bites, but I got to take on the new cheese curds.
Okay. Pretzel bites are good from Culvers.
good?
Yeah, not.
They are.
You need the cheese. They don't come with salt, I don't think, do they? It's just the. I don't remember.
I don't remember. I think you can get salt added, but I think
Yeah, I just get them.
they do come without.
They're good.
Are they better
good.
than the cheese curds at Culver's?
I'm not the biggest fan of the cheese curds, to be honest, just because they're so. The ones I got, at least, were like really heavily breaded. And
This
there
is
wasn't
not a
much
bad
cheese.
take.
I don't know. It just
Mm,
there wasn't a lot of cheese. I think it's cheddar cheese. I think that's what they use, but it
I
wasn't.
mean, sometimes you get meaty ones, and sometimes you get like the really skinny ones.
Yeah,
You got to get the happy medium.
yeah. See, I haven't gotten that yet. I've gotten them like twice, like that I remember, and they haven't been that good.
They've both been skinny.
Yeah,
Cheese curds fresh then fried is such a. I mean,
Yeah.
I will
No,
stand by that.
fried is better. Come on.
Dude, they're squeaky. You microwave them a little, get them nice and. Yeah. I don't know. That's my take. But what's your?
Are you talking? You
take?
take it from the bag, like from the store, then you deep fry it, or like you air fry it, or
No.
No, he's just
talking
taking
about-
straight cheese, putting it in the microwave for 30 seconds and eating.
No. I'm saying if they aren't
Oh.
fresh. I'm saying if they're fresh, they come squeaky, but you can make them squeak again.
No, I like
right?
fried. I mean, they're fried are just better.
But the Quick Trip ones are very
Oh,
good.
yeah, we're all
Well,
sweet tooth.
Quick Trip just
Oh.
now they deep fry them instead of oven, so they're like
Those
way
Quick
worse
Trip
for you, but
ones.
they're really good. So
Yeah, I know. I just said I'm not a big but those fried Quick Trip ones
mhm.
are very good. I mean,
yeah,
no
They're
doubt.
fine.
get them with some ranch. Oh my god. Oh, so good.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're as good as Culver's.
They're probably better than Culver's from my experience.
I was gonna say that,
I've had
Jared.
them more,
I didn't
yeah.
want to go that far, but I was thinking it.
You guys
I
know
have
what?
yet to get a good order from Culver's, so I can't be too biased there. But
I've had the honey sriracha ones or whatever. They're Culver's has had some variety ones that have been very good.
The hot honey ones, or the
Those hot honey ones were
Honey or
very
whatever?
good. Yeah. I guess those are, but when the best one I had was a seasonal or like limited time kind of thing. That's kind of where I get a little hesitant
Yeah.
to put them higher.
you know, it's not going to be as good as
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the NFL. We saw T. Higgins in the offseason there, but otherwise we're kind of in that spot that we don't like being in before. Wait for the offseason or free agency now, just under a month, and then the draft in 2 months.
What are your guys' plans? I don't know if we talked about it, but like to come up here for the draft to Green Bay. How are you doing that? You
Gonna
just
do
driving the day
Thursday.
of? Are you driving somewhere and Ubering? What's your plan?
Yeah, not
Just
sure
a bike up there.
specifics, but I plan to be there night one. Right, be there night one. Are you gonna do day two? I mean, for me,
I'm right here. I might as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
For me, day three is a no go. Just not
Yeah,
feeling
yeah,
it. Maybe like I just see no reason going. For sure, day one, it's like you gotta be there. Day two, I'm like, how many times has it come to Green Bay? Not.
Right. It's never
So
going
it's-
again. Too. It's
I'm doing day 1 and 2, and just because if I'm gonna be up there already, like I'm not gonna be working Friday either way, then so I might as well
mhm.
go.
It's Thursday, Friday, right? Or the
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Saturday's
Oh,
day 3,
it's-
and that
yeah,
starts at like
that's
6:00 at night. It's later, right? It's a night
I
thing.
think it's 7 day 1. I
Oh,
think it starts at 7.
okay. So just so you know, the city of Green Bay is 101,000 people. Just the city, not the outskirts
Yep.
or anything. Last year in Detroit, it took in about 750,000 or 700,000 people.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I read
It's really-
I don't know how.
I've heard
works at all.
Disaster for housing and stuff.
Yeah, you could probably charge a couple $100 just for someone to park at your place. Like,
Dude,
I
campers
read-
going for like $3,000 for the weekend. It's insane.
wow.
I read that they're gonna actually have more space though than Detroit had. Is actually a key thing. They're gonna have more
Really?
because Detroit was actually turning people away. They're gonna have on the app, the NFL One app. They're actually gonna have like a gauge kind of how busy it is, but they're also gonna have significantly more space than Detroit actually did, which seems crazy considering
Well,
Jared just brought up the start.
Think
That's
about
confusing.
where the Detroit Stadium is, though. Like it's
It's
downtown. You have to
Downtown.
all their
yeah,
parking is
I get that, but they have parking
parking
ramps.
garages.
Yeah. Green Bay
Yeah,
doesn't
but
have many.
Green Bay's going to be using the parking lots as space. Detroit doesn't have.
But
that.
how many parking lots are there? I mean, you have your big Titletown one, you have Lambeau
Like all
Field, you
around the
have
stadium?
a few houses.
Yeah, Jared,
but, like,
businesses are actually like registering as
Yeah.
draft parking spots, like local businesses and
it's
so on.
smart,
So
yeah.
they plan to actually just like use everybody.
I'm sure there's people that'll park, 10 minutes away and just walk the 40 minutes or hour just to get there. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Detroit, it is downtown. It's right in the middle of the city. I get that. And there's not much parking, but they equate for not having parking by having parking garages. And they have, even people can Uber into the city. It's not that far out where like apartments. They have
Parking's
more
going to be a
apartments.
disaster in Green Bay. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like they're going to use the parking as like more space for the actual events, which is
Yeah.
probably how they get more space. But the parking is going to be a
Mhm.
nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I think I'm just going to I'm like 15 minutes from the stadium here. So I think I could just Uber if I could get one, or I'll just drive and hope. Well,
I know somebody that lives like 10 blocks away, so I'm probably just parking there.
you have to think though. It's like the draft will go for probably 2 hours, right? So it'll be done at 9, I would say.
I think it goes to like 10:30ish usually.
Okay,
like a
let's
three-
say 10. Let's say 10.
Yeah.
It's probably going to take 2 hours just for traffic to slow, to get better around the stadium. Getting out of there. If you're coming from Milwaukee, you're not going to get home till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. It's going to be so busy. It's
Yeah.
43.
Way
I mean,
too many
any
people.
major highway is gonna be
yeah.
during those times is gonna be a no go. I
Yeah.
mean,
And there's only 2 ways in. You have,
It's either 43 or 41.
Yeah, you have no
Those
way
are
else in.
options.
Come through Little Chute. Yeah, that's. I don't know.
a lot of people are staying too, mind you, like hotels or whatever. However, the shuttles will work.
Whatever's
Yeah, it's a
open,
weird.
yeah.
It's obviously exciting that they have it here in Green Bay,
Mhm.
but it's also at the same time it's worrisome in terms of how it's gonna logistically
Yeah.
work out. Obviously, they're building hotels all down 43 and 41 still, and they're not done yet, but they will be done in time.
And they'll fill up within a few hours, I'm sure.
It's crazy how an event like this can make a hotel,
Yeah.
permanent.
It's crazy. Yeah, they're building hotels for one event.
They built one in Denmark, 43.
I
They
saw
built one
that.
in Manitowoc.
Yep.
And they
But
built
even
one in
Manitowoc, that's still 30, 40 minutes away from the stadium. It's 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna be the whole Fox Valley is gonna be packed. Obviously,
Yeah.
everywhere in Green Bay.
Appleton,
Probably-
probably
there's probably gonna be-
Oshkosh.
Sheboygan
People are
is
flying
gonna
into
be
Milwaukee.
packed.
Green Bay, Appleton, Milwaukee are going to be.
You can fly into Green Bay, but it's not the biggest airport.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple $1,000 landing fee just to land there. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's one. And
I'll be
So
there. I just
keep
have to
in
find a
mind-
way what the best way is. Drive in, park somewhere,
I'll pick you
or
up.
go for it. Yeah, I'll be right here. So
Yeah, I'm planning just walking 10 blocks and
I would
That won't be that
100% do that. Yeah, better than trying to find a spot, paying $50 to park for 2 hours and $60, whatever it'll be.
yeah, no clue what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I couldn't even plan a rate. I mean,
I'm sure it's gonna be more than games. Even close.
It's gonna be more-
yeah.
well,
close
that's where
parking
Jared's
close to
numbers are.
60. Yeah.
it's going to depend what the neighbors are charging. I mean, it's going to be really.
If I'm there, that, that cheesehead house that they got there, if I'm living there, I'm charging a couple hundred. People will pay it. Why not? It's right next to the stadium. It's
I
you
wanna
can
know how
charge
many-
whatever you want.
I feel like the draft just gonna be different than games though. So I'm curious how many houses get
Yeah.
just from parking
rented,
getting destroyed
or even
Well, when I went with Bernie, like I think 2 seasons ago, we went to a game and Bernie's dad parked. Like there was like 6 cars just parked in the grass by one house, and we just pulled in like right on their lawn. So it was like 7 cars at one house. I'm sure that house will do the same thing. Other houses, you can probably fit a couple hundred just at houses in a few blocks. So
Yeah, it'll be fun.
yeah, that's April 27th, right?
April, nope.
25th?
23rd, I think 24th.
It is the 24th through the 26th.
It's like 2 months. Yeah.
And of course, right, it's free. So keep that in mind. That's the one plus.
You pay for parking, gas to get there, and hotels, whatever people are.
Well, we're close. We're not the people flying in.
Yeah.
So
You know that every team's going to have some people flying in from, maybe Seattle might have
yeah.
people flying in. I'm sure there's some diehard fans that go every year that.
oh
no
yeah,
matter
yeah,
where it
yeah.
is, they'll be there.
That's why I bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's easier for us.
Mhm.
Well,
I don't think I'd ever fly across the country for a draft, but
Did you?
No, I wouldn't either.
Did you all see? I mean, the big news really came today was with the salary cap raise. Goes from it was 255.4 million last season. It's going to be somewhere between 277.5 to 281.5. So that's up 22 million at least year in, year out in terms of salary cap. Should be big for, I mean, be big obviously for these upcoming deals, but also, right, I mean, help some teams out too, and just in terms of spacing. Basically, why I say that is we talked about New Orleans last week. They're going to be looking 20 million better, if you will, from how the cap's laid out, but also going to help out our respective teams too. So,
see, I like that. I mean, you have to do that every year. Obviously, you pay more and more, but I feel like it's not fair to people that had a deal last year. Like, there's no reason that Trevor Lawrence should be making more than Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Like, I know what happens. You have to pay your guy a certain amount, but I feel like what teams should do is like, oh, so the salary cap has increased. Let's restructure your deal. You should be paid the most. You're the best quarterback or the best receiver, whatever it is. Like, there's no reason that Daniel Jones should be making the same amount as Josh Allen. Like,
I mean, Josh Allen could always just tell Buffalo, "I'm not playing for $40 million a year," and they have to extend.
Well, that's not the kind of guy he is. Like, there's players that don't go that route because they respect their team and their franchise too much. Where obviously they want more money, and you can look around and be like, "Well, I'm better than Mac Jones. I'm better than like all these random quarterbacks. Like, shouldn't be getting paid as much as they are."
well, yeah, Jared brings a great point. So just like let's go back. Let's go back to 2021. I think this is a good example, right? After COVID, first year after was at, get this, 182.5 million. In 5 years, we are up 4 or 5 years, up over or right around $100 million in terms of cap space. That's insane.
Yeah.
It's gone. I mean, the numbers I just read to you, right? Is that going to be that 22 million increase year over year? I mean, it just crossed 200 million over that, the $200 million threshold in 2022. So we're already going to be talking next season, guaranteed almost. 2026 will be over 300 million.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. Yet we have the Miami Marlins in baseball. Their payroll over the last 20 years is actually less. 20 years ago.
Ohtani makes more than them, I think, their whole payroll.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So I bring that example up is, I mean, this just shows the NFL's in a great spot. I mean, It's nothing. I know you cite the concerns, ends up working with players because, the players, obviously they can try to forecast how big the jump's going to be, but or in their agents respectively, but a jump this big definitely will increase those contracts, especially at the quarterback position. So might help. I was wondering the thing too, Jamar Chase, right? I mean, extension, kind of how all that shakes out is could lead.
I feel like this messes up a lot of contracts too, though, because players obviously they wait until a certain point to sign the extension, wait until the money's the biggest. I feel like, like Justin Jefferson, he waited so long before he got his extension, where it can get to the point where, okay, now there's some rifts that start to happen. There's some players start to feel like their organization doesn't respect them when all they want to do is wait until they know they can get paid more. Wait for him to get paid so that I know that I can get paid $40 million a year. When Tyreek Hill got paid that certain amount, now Justin Jefferson knows, I think I'm better than him. Why don't I get paid more? Where I think money kind of can mess with that, and there's nothing you can do to like fix that. But it's just like, I feel like organizations should start just paying their receivers what they think they're worth and not compare them to the norm, I guess, in football. Like JT gets paid $14 million, but Kamara's getting paid 13, and CMC is getting paid 18. It's like, I don't know. I feel like if you have great talent like Saquon, why doesn't he make $25 million? Like, he's the best running back, but no, because no one else makes over 16, so he's not going to get.
The other deals make your market.
Well,
and
yeah,
the team
I
wants to
understand
pay
that.
you like they may think you're the best player in the NFL, but they want to pay you as least amount as possible because of the salary cap.
But what's stopping
why,
another
like-
team? What's stopping the Packers right now from saying, Saquon, we'll offer you $30 million a year to come play for us? What's
Because they have to
stopping
pay 52 other guys.
They want to win football games, Jared. They don't want to have the.
But that's what the Eagles did. They wanted to win football games, so they went out and they signed Saquon. Like they traded for whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
if you also look at it though, like the way that teams can sign a bunch of talent is, I mean, it's essentially like what the Dodgers are doing in baseball, right? Like deferring the money. Except in football, you can't like defer it as much. Like there's restrictions on it, but they add void years at the end of the contract, backload the contract, stuff like that. But even if you look at Philly in like 2 years, they're going to be in the same spot the Saints are right now. That's why the Saints are where they are the last 3 years.
Philly has talent.
It's
They're
'cause-
not going to cut Jalen Hurts and maybe Saquon, but like no, they always will have that talent.
But the thing is, like, they're established talent right now that's on their second contracts. The cap hit is they're going to have cap
Huge,
hit eventually.
Yeah, I get
And
it.
right now, it's how it's timed up is all their defensive rookies are going to be going for extensions at the same time that the cap hits from Hurts and AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, all those cap hits are finally catching up with Philly.
Mhm.
And then they're going to have to do the same thing with their rookies that they're drafting the last few years. And then they're going to be in basically a spiral of always being right around the cap because the contracts just keep catching up.
Yeah, I think the difference is right. They're going to have Jalen Hurts, and the Saints had Derek Carr, and
Or they Drew Brees, yeah.
but yeah, I guess
Olave
I
is
guess
no
the
AJ
Saints
Brown and
really
Devontae
pushed
Smith.
it. They pushed it, Zach, for like obviously this year. Let's say it's caught up to
Yeah,
even
like,
maybe the year
They
prior.
had some contracts that had like 4 void years on it.
Michael
is
Thomas.
ridiculous.
they
had
pushed
a
it like
bad
7-8
contract.
years.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but
my thing is
eventually,
like
it's going to catch up with Philly eventually.
I look at baseball, and I hate comparing it to baseball because baseball's salary is a mess. But, the Dodgers want to win. They go out and they sign the best players. They give them money. They pay more than other teams are willing to. So in the NFL, like, okay, the Packers need someone. So they go and they offer Garrett
You can't
Wilson.
do that with the salary.
I get
cap,
that, but, like, I feel like you can't do it because that's what the rules or, like, that's what history has told us. But what if a team did? What if a team went out and said, I'll pay this absurd amount to get this player on my team, and it would mess up everything, like salary cap raises.
'cause
so
they
now we have
can't-
more money to spend, and let's just go spend it on this random player that we know we can pay
Because
more.
if the
for.
Packers paid Saquon $30 million, they wouldn't be able to afford a second cornerback or something like that, and they'd have a 7th round pick. That sucks. Like
Saquon's talent might be the better play there. Like I'm not saying it's always smart, but
I mean, in football, like gaping holes like that, you can't have it.
yeah,
Like
I
baseball, you
feel
can
like
get
the
away
team
with
might
having a
risk it.
bad right fielder, but the rest of your team is good.
Well,
Football,
if the
you can't
Brewers
do
if
that
the
with
Brewers
a
went out
corner,
right
just-
now, if the Brewers went out right now and they signed Juan Soto to a 10-year deal for however many million, and he didn't turn out, the Brewers would be a poverty team for the next 15 years. Like they don't have money. Some teams can afford to miss on players, but I feel like NFL, you can with exceptions, you can afford to like, oh, Saquon didn't turn out. Now we have a hole in our defense, but I feel like that's something you can trade. You can cut a few players, trade for a cornerback. You have to rebuild towards it. I get it, but
I mean,
I feel like there's
a
times
lot
where
of
that
that
might be
comes to like in baseball. There's an insane variety from team to team and how much they spend. In the NFL, it's very regulated because of their like their revenue
Cap.
sharing agreement and how much of their revenue comes from TV deals from the NFL.
Mhm.
So that's why the NFL can regulate it so closely. And like there's minimums that you have to be at in terms of how much cap space you use. So like there's like a window that each team has to be in. And yeah, it's like you can go out and trade for a guy and give up draft picks or something because say you're the Saints right now, right? And you did that in the late 2010s. You traded for these vets because you were trying to win a Super Bowl. And now you're in cap hell. Like you have one guy that's decent. You might give him up for a 3rd round pick because the only way you can rebuild is through the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So like it's almost easier to trade than in baseball, I feel like, because every team has like there's enough regulation where it almost decides what a team can and can't do and what moves they need to make or not.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Saints salary cap right now. Chase Young, who's going to be a free agent, $9 million cap hit for the Saints.
Really?
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
$9 million. Wow.
Yeah.
They're dead cap.
But
Lattimore, Michael Thomas is $9 million. Marshawn Lattimore is 31.5.
They weren't able to. They got a pick. They got picks from. I was going to bring up. They traded him, but he still is hitting their cap negatively. And obviously, they got like 20 million favorable, right? Call it from this cap increase. But to your point, Zach, what are they still 40 million under?
Their total cap right now, they're at 340 million. So depending where it's at, they're going to be 50, 60.
Oh goodness, even worse than I said. So they got some work to do.
It's like
a little bit.
This is why it's so. I find it interesting, at least when like a free agent signs, like how is the deal structured in terms of like guaranteed money? Because that's one of the other drawbacks. Like when contracts are negotiated, guaranteed money is essentially a guaranteed cap hit at some point.
Yep.
So like a signing bonus obviously spread out over the years of the contract. That's where adding like a void year can lower the cap hit every year, but then the guy's not going to be on your team and you're still going to have a cap hit. But it's like, because obviously players want a lot of guaranteed money, right?
Yeah.
But teams don't want guaranteed money because guaranteed money is a guaranteed cap hit.
Tell that to the Browns then.
Yeah, and look at they're in cap hell right now, and like they don't even have.
Well, they did that to themselves 3 years ago. Like you had to have known that.
Yeah, he has a $73 million cap hit this year.
That's insane.
Right now.
Yep, but they're going to offset that by having a guy with little to no cap hit when they draft a quarterback is the vision. So obviously it's still not great, but they're going
to restructure that. They're going to.
So they'll get it down, but the only way you can make a large, if you're in a situation, let's say the Saints are in, if you have a young quarterback on the rookie deal, which obviously the Saints signed a guy and who has a very large cap hit, who, So, but right, I mean that's where we've seen the young quarterbacks, the teams with the quarterbacks in the rookie deal, or like Bo Nix, right, with Denver, they're able to kind of have the whole Russell Wilson situation where they did this past year, he had all the cap hit because rookie quarterback. So.
Yeah, but here's like I'm looking at the Watson contract right now. So he restructured after his first year. Remember his first year that his salary was the minimum salary because he was going to lose it for his suspension. Well, they restructured after the first year, added a bunch of signing bonus. So now in 2027, after his contract is up, they still have a $27 million cap hit for him. That's like right now. And like they're going to be restructuring stuff to lower his $73 million cap hit for the next 3 years. So by the time he leaves, like they're just going to eat $50 million in 2027.
So what's the purpose? Why would teams guarantee money then? Like what benefit is there?
To get players to sign their contract.
to compete
players
with
can
other
sign for
teams.
So you're
zero
telling me
guarantee.
if Deshaun Watson was offered was it 5 years? What was it, like 250,
5 years, 230.
230? So if he was offered 5 years, 230 with 150,000 or 150 million guaranteed, you don't think he would accept that?
Probably not. He probably would have wanted like 260 or something instead. Then
I feel like at the market, the time of the market though, that wasn't like a bad deal even to get 150 million guaranteed. That's already like 2-3 years ago,
like
but
he took. I want to say like the highest paid at the time was like in the 50s already. So he took 46 million a year to get the fully guaranteed. Which, I mean, if you look at it right now, for him, that was a fantastic choice.
mm-hmm. I mean, if I'm offered $230 million, like, damn right I'm taking that. I just feel like it's stupid. Obviously we know looking back it's stupid from the Browns, but I don't know who signed off on that decision to like offer that even. I mean, it's not like they're not signing Josh
GM.
Allen. Like he was decent on the Texans. Like he led him to the playoffs.
He was really good on the Texans. Like he had 2 years.
Didn't win over 12 games a year. Like he was 10, 11 wins. Like it wasn't like
he was like third in. He was like
statistically, yes, he was great, but they didn't go anywhere. They lost first round of the playoffs.
Huge risk. With all the allegations going on too, they assumed that risk. That was the shocking thing. The Texans were able to pivot off and got off, scotch-free, if you will, just in terms of having to worry about having a suspension, and also got the picks involved. They also didn't have to pay him. So, I mean, they got really quarterback needy. Did the Browns? I mean, they were looking for a quarterback. I mean, and they got that.
Jameis worked just fine this year. Like, I mean, obviously they didn't have wins, but
I think the Watson trade was. I think it was one of those moves that front office, head coach were like, if we don't do something, we're gonna get fired.
Yep.
Did they get fired? Oh, okay.
That led to this move.
Yeah.
And it didn't turn out, but if it did turn out, they would have had.
They tried to save their own asses. Yeah.
Because I mean, if they didn't do anything, they're getting fired in a year either way. So
sometimes fans look at those deals and they're like, "Did we overpay? Sure, but we got who we wanted, and we just hope it works out." And this time it didn't. So I understand why. It just I feel like they could have done it without offering all of it guaranteed. I don't know. Looking back, it's easy to say that, but even at the time, it was confusing.
I would have loved to be in the room where the GM and head coach were convincing the owner to sign off on this deal.
Yeah. I don't know.
That would have been hilarious.
Do you guys want to play the game? It's it might take a little bit.
All for it.
It won't be difficult. 30? I mean, okay, so I got 30 names here. We don't need to do all 30.
30 names?
If you don't want to.
I got 24 set up.
Okay, that'll work. Sure, I think. Yeah, that'll work. So we're doing the off of ranker.com once again. It's the top 30, or we'll do 24.
No, we can do 30. Let me just
go under 30. Okay.
Finish. Goodness.
All right. We got top 30. We did the most hated players. Now we're gonna do like the most beloved by the fans. And this is as of, I want to say, before this season, I think. Let me make sure. Because I don't want to like throw you off and have it be a few years ago. And some of these guys, they're all in the league from what I see. So you should still be able to get all of them.
You said it's top 30
most likable NFL players in 2025. So that's actually came out like a month ago. So like as of right now.
We're just grabbing the...
And I think you'll get most of these. There's a few that are kind of niche and obscure that you guys won't get, but...
We're just going to use the sides. You see one being one. It'll work, I promise. That's most likable NFL players. All right.
Yeah. So now 2 is 1, 3 is 2.
No, we'll just keep 1-1.
Okay.
It'll work. It'll work fine. I promise. Not being that difficult.
Rock, paper, scissors. Who goes first?
Zach can go first. That's okay.
All right.
Josh Allen.
Number 3. Yeah. Keep track of your own score. I don't want to.
Yeah. I gotta ask again. Are these current players? I wouldn't catch those.
So they're all current. There's a few that like you might think like, who do they play for? Are they on a team still? I don't know if
Okay.
I'm almost positive every one of these
I'll
players
say-
are current.
I feel like
Lamar
one of these
Jackson.
guys is going to be retired.
You say Lamar?
Lamar.
He's number 30. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I have one name, and he just retired this offseason.
I mean, you can say it if it's like,
I mean, I'm not saying it right now because
okay, we'll just keep that name. It might be right. There's some players on here who are like, I don't even know if they play for anyone anymore, but you know that they just played last year. So
All right. Joe Burrow.
yeah, he's 13.
I want to just keep naming quarterbacks, but I feel like
I mean, I'll tell you.
Don't give us hints. We're 3 in.
I know.
no, I'm not looking for hints. Nobody was asking for hints.
There's like 8 quarterbacks. I'll just tell you that left on this list.
wow.
So there were
So
11.
quarterbacks.
Now there's 8.
I bet Daniel Jones is on your Drew. You should guess him.
Yeah, everyone knows Daniel Jones.
okay, I'll say Jared Goff.
No, Goff is. I don't think Goff is on here.
It's a weird place to go.
Well, Detroit
Jalen
had a
Hurts?
great year.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is pretty low, but he's 19.
I'll say Saquon.
Yeah, he's number 5.
I will go based on the number of quarterbacks. I'll go Stafford.
12.
I was gonna say that too. I was getting there.
Yeah.
I'll say Derrick Henry.
No, he's not.
Who doesn't like Derrick Henry?
Right here?
What do you
this
mean?
Guy. This guy.
I like him. Jane Daniels.
No.
Oh, I
Too
was-
early, I think. I think it's too early.
Okay,
Oh,
Trevor
you said
Lawrence.
the list was this year.
It is this year, but it's as of.
Oh,
I mean,
I mean
before-
Trevor Lawrence is on here.
No, he's not. This is like late January. So, I mean,
Oh, this isn't
I don't know.
Zach's
People,
list.
They got old, outdated information.
this is like a month, not even a month ago. So, I mean, I feel like players don't or fans don't really know him that well yet. I don't know. Besides the
He
playoff
would
run.
be on there. Baker.
Yeah,
Mayfield.
he's on here. He's number 17.
All those commercials.
CeeDee Lamb.
No CD.
What? Legend.
I'll go with CJ Stroud.
No.
Okay.
Really?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes is number 28, which is ironic because Ranker just had him as the most hated player too. So I don't
That's
know.
why I'm confused because he was on.
Yeah.
I'll
got,
name
like,
guys
4
on our most
quarterbacks
hated
left.
list. I was trying to remember that, but
Yeah.
He gets the most attention overall.
3. I think you have 4 quarterbacks left.
I'll go Jefferson.
He's number 4. People like him. I think it's mostly because of like popularity too. Just like if they have social media, maybe people follow them, and you know.
all right, I'll say Chase.
Yeah, he's on here. 23, actually. He's lower.
I've been thinking about saying Dak this whole time, but I don't know how much the Dallas plays into it. So
That's
we're gonna go George Kittle.
Yeah, he's number 1. Everyone
wow.
loves George Kittle.
I was gonna say
Everyone
that.
does.
You were talking about him, Jared. Goat.
You are, yeah. He's a
Um,
Hawkeye too. You know that?
Yeah. Kelsey.
No, not a lot of fans with him.
I didn't know if there, if it was.
I mean, worth the guess, but terrible guess. So, Zach.
Mahomes is on here. I was like,
What about Junior Gibbs?
No, this isn't the list of Zach's favorite players. Remember, this is fans.
Oh, it isn't Justin Herbert.
No, like people actually like it. Like
Yeah.
Drew, I don't want to hear it. You've got
Is that your
how
guess,
many now?
Drew, or is that a joke?
That's a joke. Come on.
Okay.
Russell Wilson.
No.
Who doesn't like Russell
Who
Wilson?
likes him? What do you mean? Steelers fans hate him too.
Yeah, Drew's making fun of my guess.
Yeah.
Jesus. What about?
Don't always think quarterbacks either. There's, you know,
I'm trying to think of other people. I can't.
there's even a few defensive
What do you
players on
mean?
this list. So, you know,
How many
Yeah.
defensive players?
I think 3. 1, 2, no, 3, 4. There's 4 defensive players on this list.
Wonderful.
All right. What about Micah Parsons?
No, I don't think he has a lot of. Not a lot of Cowboys players have fans. Remember that. If they suck, no one likes
Yeah.
them. So
Interesting.
It's- I don't-
Cooper Cup.
actually, yeah, number 10.
What?
Yeah, who doesn't like Cooper Cup?
I think they won the Super Bowl. I think people respect.
They did win the world.
That was 4 years
Yeah.
ago.
Well, they still respect the team that did it. Like we still love Drew Holiday. You know, that was 4 years ago, but
Legend. Yeah.
you still love him.
Good take.
Yeah.
All right, Tech, you're up. Come on.
Yeah, I realized that.
You guys
Aiden
keeping your own
Hutchinson.
score?
Nope.
You say Hutchinson?
Yeah,
No,
That's terrible,
not,
yes.
he's not on here.
yeah, that's terrible.
People probably forgot he existed.
All right, I will say.
Oh, I got one.
All right, I'm gonna go with Puka Nakua.
No, he wasn't on that team, and they've been terrible since. Not terrible, but
Max Crosby.
no, I don't think a lot
You
of
should
people
not
like
have
him
told me
either.
there's defensive players on here.
Oh, Alvin Kamara.
Oh no, you're wrong.
Who doesn't like Alvin Kamara too?
I think
Oh.
most of these players are on like
6
decent
touchdown
teams that
game.
People
win
like watching
people
them.
leagues.
You know, like
Oh, all right. So decent teams.
most of them are decent. Yeah, decent teams. All these players are like
So
good.
there's no
besides a few.
Colts.
If you want me to tell you how many Colts and Packers there are, I will.
No.
Oh boy, do I? What about like Christian McCaffrey?
Number 2, yeah.
How?
People like the
Is
49ers.
JT on here?
People love the 49ers. Is that your guess, Drew?
Yeah.
No, JT is not on here.
Yeah, but
People
how many
love the
fantasy
49ers.
people he's pissed off lately?
Well, I'm just saying, people love them. There's-
So we
I
should
don't
keep
know.
guessing. him?
49ers.
I mean, I'm not saying not to.
Fred Warner.
There you go. 21.
What?
People love the 49ers. I don't know why.
This list is garbage.
Yeah.
No, it's all fans. It's all fan voting.
No, this is not.
Yes,
This
it
is-
is.
I guess players I like versus what people think is
Yeah.
tough because
All these names made sense to me, to be honest. When I saw them, like, yeah,
Really?
okay, makes sense. Honestly, the one that didn't make sense at all was Mahomes because I didn't think people liked him at all.
Yeah.
But people
Well,
respect how good he is.
I'll say Debo.
No, not Debo. Not Debo.
Nick Bosa.
There you go. Yeah.
Actually,
Number 22. Yeah.
oh my
People
God.
love him. I don't know.
Drew,
I
just
can-
keep naming 49ers.
No, I
think that's
can.
the-
I just
warn
did,
you.
Zach. I
I
got
can
it
warn
wrong.
you to stop with the 49ers. All right. I don't.
Yeah, you picked
Alright.
Debo.
Yeah. Don't worry about them anymore.
All right, I'll say Stephon Diggs.
No. He's a locker room nuisance. People don't like him.
Well, people, a veteran receiver.
Gets hurt, fades away in the playoffs. Yeah, I gotta love him. Yeah.
I don't.
Some of these names get a little tough, but they're all, Pro Bowlers or decent enough to be Pro Bowlers, I guess.
I'm just gonna. I don't think this is right. Roquan Smith.
No. How many defense left? One.
Should be just one. You said 3 defensive players.
There was 4 I said, so
Oh.
you still got 2.
Okay.
One
I'll
of
say
them's
DJ Moore.
no, not DJ Moore. One of them's amazing. One of them's kind of fallen off and is on his way out of the league. But used to be really good?
Oh,
Don't
Bobby-
think of no. Don't think of defense. There's so
What'd
many
you say?
like. I think you said Bobby
Bobby
Wagner. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm thinking offense, and I'm getting them all wrong. So,
There's 4
Josh
receivers.
Jacobs,
No, not Josh Jacobs.
maybe an all-pro guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike
you're just naming
Evans.
the wrong ones. Mike Evans is 29.
Brutal.
Once again, they got the job done. They won the Super Bowl. People like him. He's consistent. There's
Okay,
reasons
Chris
people like
Godwin.
him. Chris Godwin is not. You're taking Zach's bait way too much. Like, oh, he was there. He's gonna be. Like
all right. Tyreek Hill, and then Drew. You could say Jalen Waddle.
Tyreek Hill is not there.
Yeah. He has too many kids.
Drew.
Jalen
Jalen
Waddle?
Waddle?
Jalen Waddle, number 24.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh
He's
my
consistent. I don't
god.
know. I don't know.
Most likable, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. There's a
Drew,
few
did
that
you
are
say
kind of
AJ
like
Brown.
quiet.
No, I didn't yet. I was gonna though.
I'll say him.
Okay, Drew, your turn. No, he's not. People
I
like
will say-
flashiness too. Like people like players that make great plays. And
Oh, okay. I'll say DeAndre Hopkins.
no, I think he's on his way out. That's why he's too old. People don't like him because he's too old. That's it.
Well, he
And
was
now he's a
flashy.
Chief. So
George Pickens.
no, not a lot of people like George Pickens. Zach, he's not the nicest guy.
Oh,
Not a big team
Amon-Ra.
player. No, surprisingly, no. Surprisingly, I'll tell you, there are literally no Lions players on this list,
that's
which is a big
shocking.
surprise. Yeah, but
Zach. You're out.
once you hear these names, you'll understand.
Are they all like skill players, or were you trying to guess some linemen here?
There's no linemen; they're all skill players.
That's all right.
Ah,
Yeah.
shoot. I had some lineman names lined up.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Bijan.
no. Skill players. There's 2 kickers on the list. If you call them skill players, I mean they have skill. They play. I don't
Well,
know.
so do linemen, but
Yeah.
All right. I'll
Kickers?
say I had a guy in mind that
I
escaped
hope Justin
me.
Tucker's not on the list.
I'll say Keenan Allen.
No Keenan Allen.
I'll take Justin Tucker.
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
I
So he's
think
one of
that's
the 2
just because of
kickers?
his consistency, how good he's been. I mean, recently.
I'll say Cameron Dicker.
No, he's not the second kicker.
I'm done guessing kickers.
I had to give it another shot.
I mean, if Tucker's on the list, I don't know who else will be. I mean, that's one I didn't understand. But
How about we'll go T. Higgins?
25. Yeah,
oh,
there he is. I mean, Burrow, Chase, Higgins, they're all on here.
Oh, I got a name. I got one locked in.
I will
This
say
might be top 10.
Yeah,
Wow.
Might be top 5. Oh, never mind. It's not top 5.
top 5, huh?
Top 10.
I gotta think of guys I'll say Kyler.
Nope, not Kyler.
Kerry McLaurin.
Surprisingly, no.
Ah,
Wow.
shit.
There's no.
Thought I had that one.
Oh, Austin Eckler.
Nope. I think these guys on this list are better than the players you're naming, to be honest. Like
I mean,
they're
Eckler just 2 years ago was
yeah, I know, but these players are Pro Bowlers.
okay.
Like,
I already
these
named
players
good
are-
players. I'll name more good players.
Yeah.
I'm going to
With
start naming
exceptions.
crappy ones, I think.
There's a name that you guys said, but you never guessed it. Like you said it. You said his name.
Dak Prescott.
No.
Oh, come on.
I don't know who he said. And
I think
didn't
Drew
say.
said his
know
name
who it is.
actually.
Probably. I'll say Nico Collins.
No.
Drake London?
No, you guys are thinking too young. Most of these players are like
Let's name good players. Now
older.
we're gonna name old players. I named Hopkins. Allen.
We got to
All
name
these-
good old players.
Yeah, I mean not like really old. Some of them are in their prime. Most of them are in their prime, but they're older prime.
DK Metcalf.
No.
It's tough.
If you want hints,
mostly receivers left?
I can give you like numbers of and what position they all are.
Drew, you good
Numbers
with that?
like
Yeah.
6 is a running back. 7's a defensive lineman. We'll just say DL. 8 is
we get an
quarterback.
edge or interior on that?
No.
Edge.
Okay.
He's an edge.
Okay.
It'll give it away probably, but
That does not at all.
okay. 8 is a quarterback. 9 is a running back. 11's the kicker. 14 quarterback. 16's receiver. 18's a quarterback.
Wait, what's 16? 16's receiver.
Yeah. 20 is a defensive player. I want linebacker. 26 is a tight end. 27 is a quarterback.
Okay.
Actually, I think the DN might have given it away.
Yeah,
Was
probably.
it Myles Garrett?
Nope.
Oh, never mind.
Wow.
I guess he did whack a guy with his helmet. So forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's well, I'm gonna guess TJ Watt.
Yeah, it's TJ Watt. He's listed as a linebacker, but he's,
Yeah, Watt at 7.
yeah, Watt's at 7.
Okay.
He's an outside linebacker, I guess, by rule, but he's
Yeah,
always on the line.
What about Joe Mixon?
No. I can give like more in-depth
I'll
hints if
say
you need.
Devontae Smith.
Nope.
Brock Purdy?
Nope. Once again, you're thinking not as good. Like these players are good, like really good.
Okay.
I don't think we have that many good quarterbacks left.
I'd say all these players are really good except for 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 1, 2. There's there's only like 8 names left. So I guess some are really good, some are kind of obscure.
James Cook?
Nope. He's too young.
He's third, fourth,
Yeah,
fourth
but I'm
year
talking
going.
guys that are on their 7th year, 10th
Jordan
year.
Love on here?
Who?
Jordan Love?
No.
Older guys.
Almost
Good.
all
This
these
is-
players are older. Yeah.
I don't know if you
Well, just
understand how
thinking
hard this is.
I know it's hard.
Quarterbacks
I'm not saying it's not hard.
Yeah.
The quarterbacks are tough.
Well, I can tell you.
Yeah,
I can give you a big
Do we just
hint.
name quarterbacks? Because like Sam
That's what
Darnold.
I'm trying to do right now.
I can give you a big hint before you guess.
Darnold.
2 of the quarterbacks are starters. 2 of them are backups.
Oh, okay. Now,
But
now
backups
helps.
that play, that have
Yep.
played, that
I
you
changed,
will
I guess,
know.
to Andy Dalton.
Not Andy Dalton. No.
Kirk O'Chains.
No.
Worth a shot.
Most likable. Joe
Most
Flacco.
li- No.
What?
No. Most likable can also mean they kind of like how weird they are, like how they present
Jameis.
themselves. No, not Jameis. But like that's like
What?
the right,
Jameis.
that's like the right
Yeah, I said
mindset. like that kind of player.
How do you say that? That's not Jameis.
Or flat.
You'll
you know,
understand.
obviously
You'll understand
Flacco.
why after you guess the name because
Gardner Minshew.
there you go. Yeah, 18.
What?
Like people
No.
love Minshew. He's a funny guy. You know, he's
I'm with Zach on this one. I mean,
with Zach. Really,
you
You
say
don't
it's
think
Jameis, but it's not Jameis.
I didn't say it was Jameis. I said he's.
You described Jameis pretty well.
I also described Minshew pretty well.
All right,
so-
Zach, guess. We got a lot left still.
We got one more quarterback, right?
You have
Two
9
more?
names left. You have 3 more quarterbacks.
3 more
Oh
quarterbacks,
my
Zach.
god.
Number 8.
We've
number
named
14.
half the league. Over half the league.
It's kind of funny. Like you said his
Aaron
name.
Rodgers?
Earlier. No, Drew said his name earlier, and they just didn't guess it.
Drew, who'd you say earlier and didn't guess?
Well, I named your guys. I said Herbert. I said Trevor Lawrence.
You did not.
Oh, it's Herbert.
You said. I said, "Is that your guess?" You're like, "No, it's a joke." Yeah,
It's Herbert.
Herbert's number 8.
Yeah. All right, 2 more. One of these guys sucks, but is funny.
I wouldn't say one of. No, I wouldn't say funny. One of these guys is a starter, and the other is like people respect. You know.
What he used to do.
No, not what he used to do. He's one of one. He's an interesting kind of quarterback. I don't know how to explain him without giving it away. He's not.
Oh, I
You'll understand as soon as you know. Like as soon as. I don't know.
All right, let's just start naming names. Like, if you got a name, just throw it out there.
Teddy Bridgewater.
No. This guy's still in the league. He starts. I mean, he doesn't start.
Bridgewater
but
came back.
Yeah. He doesn't start, but he kind of does. That could probably give it away.
He kind of does.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. Yeah. I don't know how do you explain that?
You put him as a
27.
quarterback.
27.
I'd put him
He's
as
listed
tight
as a
end.
quarterback, yeah. I mean, he's
Okay, keep naming names. You say I can do that. Trey McBride.
no.
Is Tua on here?
Tua's number 14. That's your last quarterback.
He is.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
It's a lefty kind of thing, you know. It's not just like likable. It's like most like different and unique.
Oh, Brandon
You said
Aubrey.
they were good.
Tua's good. What do you mean? When he's healthy, he's great.
Brandon Aubrey.
No.
No.
I can give you a hint about the other kicker. I mean, maybe.
James
Soon as I
Conner.
Give us a hint.
Do you want the hint? Okay, he's a fantasy legend. How about that? Like everyone loves him in fantasy. Maybe not this last year.
Ingo
Harrison Butker.
Koo or whatever.
Yeah, it's cool.
Koo?
Yeah, he's 11.
I don't know his first name.
I take it that my James Conner guess was wrong.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
What do we have left? 2 running backs.
You have a
or
tight
receiver?
end. You have a defensive player. You have 1 receiver and 2 running backs. Yeah. So the number
let's get the
26 won't.
defense.
Number 26 will not make sense to you if this came out like now, because like I don't know. I can't explain anymore. You'll know as soon as you get it. Like people might not be as that happy with him right now. Nothing controversial or nothing.
Mark
just-
Andrews.
There you go. Yeah, like no one likes him now, but you know it's
Well, I do. He was good for my fantasy team this year.
yeah. It's just
Okay, and then
4 more. And these are the names I thought you'd have left. It's kind of crazy. 3 of these players
Yeah, it's just-
are like 30 years old plus, and one of them's like
What's the
27.
fourth one? What's the position for the fourth
linebacker, receiver, running backs.
one? Oh.
Cordero Patterson.
No. Number 6 you should be able to get. He's still a pretty relevant running back.
Chubb?
There you go. Yeah, Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Number 9, he's just a funny dude. Running back, really funny.
Jamal Williams?
Yeah, wow, you're on a roll, Zach. Look at that.
Wow.
See, people love Jamal Williams. You can't say that's a bad pick. Like,
I feel like this list is like a year old.
No,
is
it
not
came out literally
good.
a month ago, 2025.
I mean, the youngest players on here are like year 4, year 5 guys. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people like longevity. I don't know. I told you they're all older. No, this guy's like 32. The receiver,
Van Ginkel.
Linebacker,
the receiver, and the linebacker too. No, it's not.
So
Van Ginkel.
it's not Van Ginkel?
No.
Ginkel's like 26.
Let me look at his
I
age.
didn't.
33. And the other
Linebacker?
guy is 34.
Adam Thielen?
Are you looking at a list or something? Jeez, Zach. Yeah, he's
I hope so.
I am nailing him.
some good pulls by Zach.
Linebacker that's 33 years old.
Yeah.
Did this guy perchance used to be a Viking?
No. He's a Super Bowl winner. He's been on like 4 or 5 different teams. Not that many. 3, 4 different teams.
I already said Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
Yep. He's like that same kind of player. He's
You said the older guys already. I mean, obviously, Roquan's not that old, but he's.
Who's Bobby Wagner that's not Bobby Wagner?
I think this guy's been on like 4 teams.
Name him.
I'm not going to give you all the teams, but I can give you a few. Let me just make sure how many teams he's been on. He's been on 1, 2, 3 teams. 3 teams total.
Okay.
Give us one that he's not well known for.
Well, he's played 4 years on this team, 4 on that team, and now 3 on this team. So he's well known for all 3 teams. I don't know. No, hold on. This guy's not a Super Bowl winner. No, I lied about that. He's not.
Oh, that completely changes my thinking.
Yeah, he has not won the Super Bowl. I think
Give us one of the teams.
Okay, well, he used to be a Raider.
Khalil Mack.
There you go. Khalil Mack.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not.
I would think of him as a linebacker.
He's listed as a linebacker anywhere you look. Telling you.
Yeah, any edge rushers listed as a linebacker.
Yeah.
TJ
Yeah.
Watt was too, but he didn't give us linebacker.
Depth charts, his stats,
Maybe,
football reference is all linebacker. So I went off of that. So
Huh.
I was thinking Von Miller when we talked about.
We survived somehow, Zach. That was,
I got another one next week too, if you want.
That's brutal.
But it's easier.
not
Next week's
30
easier.
likable
I was a-
players. Please give us one.
I was about to say
statistical.
DeMario Davis.
It took us like,
Yeah.
25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Next week will be easier. All right, it's just
Oh.
something that I knew you guys could
That
get him
one.
eventually. It's just
But
Yeah.
at what cost did Zach win? Is the question I ask.
you guys are smart. You're so smart. You got all the
Right.
names. Look at that.
Okay, that'll wrap it. Zack Rausch, Jared Valleskey, myself, Drew Skyberg here on this Wednesday night. Thank you all for listening to another episode of Drew Sports Crew, The Journey to Million, the perfect podcast for you.